We have been working with AI companies, startups, enterprises, a lot of them a lot. So, what do you think are top three mistakes that these businesses make when they are going for AI?
I think the first mistake is not having the right strategy.
Okay.
They start using AI because they think that AI is going to magically somehow solve their problems, and they don't have even the right knowledge. So sometimes they use AI when actually it is not required to use AI.
So it's safe to say that AI strategy is where a lot of these businesses lack. So do you have any examples that you can share where AI strategy could have been helpful for a business and they failed at it?
Yeah, so we were working with one startup based in US, and they initially came up with a lot of features, actually many features.
Okay.
And when we came into play, like, we helped them create a strategy,
Okay.
a solid roadmap, where we started with some MVP. For MVP, we did feasibility impact analysis to figure out how you can build the features which can give you the best ROI.
Okay.
Because sometimes people are looking for to build some shiny features, but they don't think about ROI.
Correct.
Right? So let's say you are building a fancy customer chatbot which will answer generic questions, but it's not able to handle complex queries, and majority of the times the queries are being routed to humans, and there is not a real ROI that you're getting out of it.
I guess this is a very valid point, and I'll extend it a bit. So a lot of companies, the way they strategize their AI goals is how do they integrate LLMs into their processes. I believe this is what a lot of companies start thinking as, instead of what business problems we have and how do we solve it. Any thoughts on that?
You're right. They start with technology instead of a business
Exactly.
problem.
I can draw one thing out of this point, that the second thing that these businesses miss a lot is literacy. Like I said, people start with LLMs because all they know about is LLMs. They don't know anything else about AI. They think that LLM are the only form of AI. Now, this is true. This is valid. Why? Because since 2022, what has happened is everybody who didn't hear much about AI or who didn't use much AI got access to AI immediately. Now, with Facebook, with Netflix, with all these big companies, with Amazon, AI has been used for, like, I would say, over a decade. But it was not that popular because you can't see that AI is in action. With ChatGPT, you really get something in your phone, in your laptop that you can see is working.
Yeah,
out.
it became more mainstream.
Exactly,
with
it became
ChatGPT.
mainstream.
Yes. And many times I see clients where they say, okay, I want to build this AI feature, whereas the problem can actually be solved using simple regular expression or traditional programming. But they either want to call it like a AI driven product, so they have some marketing agenda, or let's say if you're talking about some mid-level manager, they want to impress their managers, and they just want to have AI somehow in their tech stack. And what we feel is, like, realistically speaking, not using AI on many occasions will not only save you cost, but it will build a pretty accurate solution as well.
Correct. And for that, you need to know, you need to be aware about what are solutions available as well. Like, for an example, if you're going to a gunfight, you are bringing a knife versus you're bringing a rocket launcher or you're bringing a gun. It all depends upon what type of situation you are placed in, right? Knife is not a very powerful weapon in that scenario. Rocket launcher is something that would even blow you away. So it's very accurate that you have to be aware about what is the size of problem that you are trying to solve and what are tools available to you.
Exactly. And I've seen people, especially business stakeholders, when they come to us with requirements, those requirements are often prepared by ChatGPT.
Of course, this is something that I'm seeing a lot. When it comes to literacy, this is something I would say, like, I would give the most importance, that don't use AI to generate your AI requirements.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't have those nuances that as a business you would understand.
And you can use AI to generate your business requirement, but remember that AI is as good as the data you feed into. So it needs a complete
Exactly.
context. It needs a lot of history. It needs so many things, and people don't have time, right? Like, I'm a business stakeholder. I want to start AI project. I will write like 10-line prompt and generate a requirement. Then I will use all the jargons. I will say, okay, I want to use LLM. I want to use agentic workflow. Build something in N8N.
Correct.
And many times we feel that these guys don't know what they're talking about. Therefore, AI literacy is super important. It's
Yep.
important not just to understand the power of AI,
Correct.
but the shortcoming of AI as well.
Yes, like every business owner would come to us and say that we want 100% accuracy. I mean, AI is a probabilistic way of doing things. You can't get 100% accuracy out of it. 95%, 98%, of course. Some use cases allow that. In some cases, it won't be a 98% accuracy, but you can get a 98% precision or maybe 98% recall. But you need to know what trade-off you want to prioritize.
We were once working with a client in retail domain,
Okay.
and they were building the statistical model for classification. And we asked, what is your success criteria? And actually, they didn't have a success criteria. Also, they said that they need more than 95% precision as well as recall. Then we explained that given a situation, you have to either pick precision or recall. If you increase your precision, recall is going to drop. If you increase your recall, precision is going to drop. So understanding a little bit about technology, this matrix is important, and understanding that these things are probabilistic and they are not like your traditional computer program, which is very deterministic in nature. It will help you define the success criteria for your project better, and that will lead to a better overall outcome.
That's very valid point. And no AI project is successful without the proper strategy or without proper information within the stakeholder ecosystem. But there is one other thing which is very much connected to these 2 points, but is a different topic to touch on. That is data readiness.
Yes, so that's the point number 3. Data readiness is super important because many times, I would say majority of the times, your AI projects will need high quality data.
Yep.
People have data scattered in their lake houses, in relational databases, which are scattered in different silos, and even if you want to get access, it takes such a long approval process. So you need a solid data engineering pipeline. Data engineering, to be honest, is boring. People like shiny stuff. AI is very shiny, so people want to do shiny AI projects, but they don't understand that in order to do the shiny stuff, first you have to do the boring work. And this we have encountered with one of the clients that we were working with. They gave us curated data on which we built a model. We built like 2 separate models which were giving pretty good accuracy. But then when the new set of data came in from production, the accuracy dropped. And then we again, you go to Jupyter Notebook, fix few things, and you clean your data. Again, model gave good accuracy, but you're not going to do that for forever, right? This was just a test dry run. You need an automated system, a pipeline where raw data comes in, it gets curated, it becomes high quality data, and your AI system starts consuming it.
And this is where a lot of data and AI teams have to work together instead of it being in silos. Like the example you gave, right? In that case, we are handling the AI, the client was handling the data. The problem with that was we know what is needed, but they were assuming that they knew what was needed. Even when we were making it clear, there were certain assumptions that was happening. I know that we solved it by like having some literacy sessions with them, where we were able to like get more access about like how they are actually approaching the data problem. But I believe it's better if these teams work together rather than individually working in silos.
On occasion, what I have done is I have some good courses like 2-hour course on like AI basics, which I forward to our clients, and I'm like, okay, watch this 2-hour course.
Right.
That 2 hour is very well spent.
Yep.
And if not, then I think as an AI service provider, you have to become a good teacher as well, where you can explain things in a simple, business relevant way, and that helps the overall project execution.
Absolutely. So if you have to sum it up, if you are a business who's looking to solve a problem using AI, there are 3 facets that you have to focus on. Number 1 being how well you can define your AI strategy, or how well you could work with consultants to define your AI strategy. The thing that I would say, the common differentiator in this case would be you have to be understanding the business nuances yourself. A consultant may guide you around it, but you have to be the one who's driving the business success. Second thing could be you have to be AI aware. It's not enough to know about LLMs or be able to use ChatGPT to generate your AI requirements, but rather understand the entire AI holistic system. You should know what different options are there, what are rule-based systems, what are Gen AI systems, what are some computer vision models, what are some computer vision techniques which don't necessarily require training your own model. You have to find what simple approaches solve your problem, but before that you have to understand what AI is. Third thing that we talked about was data readiness, creating data pipelines which actually orchestrate the better part of the data, and that would be more important, but the better thing that would be needed is AI teams and data teams being in sync so that they know what the other party is looking for. Any ending thoughts on this, Dhaval?
Nope. I just want to say we are going through a very interesting time in the history. It's the fourth industrial revolution, and if you can make good and informed and wise use of AI, you can really grow your business to a next level.
That's very accurate. And if you're in AI, focus on building value and not on hype, because everybody is building hype right now. You have to just make sure your AI is delivering some value.